Good morning students and welcome to our YouTube channel Gnan Manjari Modern School. So in the previous video we have just started the new chapter that was separation of substance. In that we have seen the threshing and winnowing process. Okay. Now here we have just reached to the hand picking. So what is hand picking? Let us see that. Hand picking. So in hand picking, if I just say in simple language that we have seen our mother to just separating some of the stones from the wheat with the help of hand. So that is known as the hand picking. Okay students. So here now let us see the description. That is, grains and pulses generally contain small stones and other unwanted material as impurities. This need to be separated before cooking. Hand picking is the process of removing impurities by hand. So if we just go, if somebody asks that what is hand picking, so in that we can say this, that hand picking is a process of removing impurities by hand. So what is hand picking? So hand picking is a process of removing impurities by hand. That is the hand picking. And there are different types of the impurities. Here I have just taken the example of wheat, in which some of the small stones are there, which our mother just separate with the help of hand. So that is known as the hand picking. Here moving further, that is, hand picking is preferred when the quantity of the mixture is small. So hand picking is only preferred when there is some small quantity of that wheat or pulses or other thing. But if it is in the large quantity, then we don't have to just take the hand picking method. Only for the small quantity the hand picking is used. Then after, impurities are few in numbers and impurities can be easily spotted due to their different size, shape and color. So here in the hand picking, if I just write some of the important points. So first of all, what is hand picking? And it is only preferred, when it is preferred when the quantity of the mixture is small. Okay, and how the impurities are spotted? So it can be easily spotted due to the different size, shape and color. Okay, So this is all about the hand picking. In the 3 points, the hand picking full has came. That is, hand picking is the process of removing impurities by hand. It is preferred when the quantity of the mixture is small and it can be easily spotted. The impurities which are there, it can be easily spotted due to their different size, shape and color. This is all about the hand picking. Okay, if you want to write this points, then you can write. I am just giving you some time. Okay students, here moving towards our new method of separation, that is sieving. So let us see that. So sieving so here, if I just give an example of sieving, then we have seen the tea. First of all, our mother just makes the tea, and then after it is filtered in that filter. So what happens? The tea leaves which are there, it will remove on that filter. Okay, and the other tea, liquid tea, will just go to the cup. So this is the sieving process, but this is also can be separated due to some of the small and big particles. Okay, so here a sieving has holes that allowed small particles to pass through it. Sieving is used if the substances to be separated are of different sizes. Here, if the substance is one substance is small size and another is in the big size, then what is done? It is separated with the help of sieving. Okay, we have also seen when there is a construction work our houses. So what happened? They just remove the small sands and big stones with a sieving which is there. Okay, then after, from example, small pebbles are separated sand at construction site by the process of sieving. The small pebbles remain on the sieving after the finer soil particle pass through the holes of the sieving. Okay, the method by which two substances are separated by passing through a sieving is called sieving. Okay, so here the definition which is given of sieving, that is the method by which two substances are separated by passing the mixture through a sieve is called sieving. Okay, so that is known as sieving. Sieving is also used to separate bran from wheat flour in our homes. So here sieving, first of all, it is used for the construction site, and also, as I have told, for the filtration of the tea, and also it is used to just take out some of the big flour and from the floor, okay, in our home. So in this way the sieving is used. And here the activity is given of sieving, that is to observe sieving, that is materials needed, that are 3 or 4 teaspoon of rice flour, 1 teaspoon of rice grains, and old newspaper and a sieve. So a mix first step is mix flour with rice grains. Sieve the mixture on newspaper. Observe the content on the sieve and on the newspaper. Observation: rice grain are present on the sieve. The flour gets collected on the newspaper. Conclusion: rice grains remained on the sieve and their size was bigger than the holes in the sieve. Flour being fine passed through the holes of the sieve and fell on the newspaper. Thus, sieving can be used to separate particles of different size. Here, for this, there is one activity given over here in which you have to just mix the rice and the rice flour together, and then after you have to sieve, place that all the mixture in the sieve, and you have to just separate that. And in newspaper you can see the flour has came, and on the sieve the rice will remain as it is. Okay, so we have just separated the rice from the rice flour. Okay students, moving further to next, that is sedimentation and decantation. So what is that? Let us see. Sedimentation and decantation. Let us see that. Sedimentation and decantation okay. So here, first of all, what is sedimentation and what is decantation? I am just writing the definitions which is given over here. The process of separating insoluble solids which are heavier than the liquid by allowing them to settle down is called sedimentation. Okay. And now decantation. What is it? The process of pouring out the clear upper liquid without disturbing the sediments is called decantation. Okay. Here, first of all, what is sedimentation? That is the process of separating insoluble solid which are heavier than the liquid by allowing them to settle down is called sedimentation. And decantation, that is the process of pouring out the clear upper liquid without disturbing the sediments is called the decantation. So here this both process are linked with each other. How? If I just do, I just take a beaker of water and in that I just put the sand up to 3 to 4 teaspoon of the sand inside the beaker, and then after I just mix it well. And if I just want to separate the water and the sand, so what I will just do, first of all you have to just sediment all the sand at the bottom. Okay, so when you just mix it well, the color of the water will become brownish or blackish color. Okay, so what will happen then after, if you just keep up to 1 to 2 hours, then all the sediments which are on the water, they will settle down at the bottom. And then after, by the decantation process, what you just do, you just take the clear upper water liquid which is there, by do not disturbing the sediments which is at the bottom. So this is how the sedimentation process and the decantation process. Okay, so here after separating impurities from pulses and dry rice by hand picking, washing with water is also required. To further separate remaining impurities such as fine dust and twine, these impurities either dissolve in water or float on the top. Food grains are put in a pan filled with water. Impurities such as dust or twine can be separated by carefully pouring out the dirty water. This separation process involving two methods, sedimentation and decantation. So first of all, what is sedimentation? That is the process of separating insoluble solid which are heavier than the liquid by allowing them to settle down in the sedimentation process. The solid particles that settle down during the sedimentation are called the sediments. The process of pouring out the clear upper liquid without disturbing the sediment is called decantation. Then after, let us take another example, that is muddy water is separated into soil and water used sedimentation and decantation. The mixture is left undisturbed for some time. Sand, soil, gravel, etc. settle down as the heavier than the water. Clear water is poured out into a separate container as seen in the figure. So here, first of all, they have mixed a sand in a beaker, and then after they just put that for some time, and you can see in the second beaker, clear water is in the upside and sediments are at the bottom, and in the third picture you can see the clear water is taken out from that beaker. Okay, so that is the sedimentation and the decantation process. Now moving towards the activity, that is M, to separate light impurities from dry moong dal seeds by sedimentation and decantation. Materials needed, that is a cup of dried moong dal seeds, a bowl and water. Take moong seeds in a bowl and check for any visible impurities. Do you observe any impurities such as straw, dust or insects? Add sufficient water to soak the moong seeds. Stir the mixture and allow it to stand for 5 minutes. Decant the water carefully, ensuring the moong seeds settled at the bottom are not disturbed. Observation: when the mixture of the moong seeds and water is allowed to stand. Light impurities come up and float at the top, whereas the heavier monk seeds settle down on decantation. The water clean monk seeds are obtained. Conclusion: food grains such as monk seed can be cleared by the sedimentation and decantation process. So this is all about the sedimentation and decantation process. Okay, here now moving towards the new process, that is filtration. But filtration is like sieving. So in sieving, what happens when one, it is small particles and big particles are separated by what? Sieving process. But in the filtration process, solid and liquid is separated by each other. As I have told the earlier example of sieving, in that I have told about the tea. So that is the example of the filtration process. So here, if you want to write these points, you can write down and just give me some time. Okay students, moving forward to filtration process. So filtration process, So here, first of all, what is the filtration process? Here I am just writing the definition which is given in your textbook. That is the process by which a mixture of an insoluble solid and a liquid are separated by passing the mixture through a filtering device is called filtration. Okay. So here, the process by which a mixture of an insoluble solid and a liquid are separated by passing the mixture through a filtering device is called filtration. Okay students, so here what is there in the filtering process? What happens? the insoluble solid which are there in that liquid is separated from that liquid. That is, this process is known as filtering process. Okay, filtration process. So here further it is given, filtration is used in our homes to filter out the tea leaves from prepared tea with the help of strainer. Then we also filter and separate fresh fruit juice from the food pulp. During filtration, the insoluble solid remains in the filtering device while the liquid passes through the filter. The filtering device selected for the separation should have holes that are smaller than the particles of insoluble solid. A filter paper is a special type of paper that has tiny pores which allows only liquid to pass through it, not the solid cannot pass through it. So here you can see activities given, that is to separate a mixture of sand and water by filtration. Materials needed, that is sand, water, funnel, beaker, conical flask and filtering paper. Method: take sand in a beaker and add water to it. Fold a circular piece of filter paper to make a cone. Place the filter paper cone inside the funnel. Keep the funnel into the conical flask. And then after, stir the sand and water mixture and pour into the funnel slowly. You can see sand is collected in the filter paper cone, and while the water passing through it gets collected in the conical flask. Conclusion: a mixture of sand can be separated by filtration process. Okay, so here we have seen about all the what things: sedimentation, decantation, then after filtration, and then before that hand picking and sieving. Okay students, so in your homework what you just do is, in the homework you just write down what is, first of all, hand picking. Secondly, write down sieving. Third was sieving, then sedimentation, and decantation. Okay, sedimentation and decantation, and at last filtration. Last, fourth one, okay. So here in your homework you have to write down what is hand picking, what is sieving, what is sedimentation and decantation, and what is filtration. Okay, this all the things you have to write down in your homework, and we will meet in the next video. Okay, bye students.